I ordered beef steak for myself, and the professor and I said cheers over a glass of carbonated water. Did you now? So both you and the professor drank this carbonated water, did you? Yes. Being the waiter, I poured the 2 glasses myself. I clearly remember doing so. Except you're actually a detective. But also, he was actually a waiter, just, undercover. And the beefsteak, that was for you, Miss Brett. The lady says that she'd heard it was not customary to eat beef here until Japan opened its doors to the world. Yes, that's true. What a rightful place, is the lady's opinion. And I've heard it's not customary to eat sashimi in Great Britain. Now that's dreadful. Yeah, give it to you. A couple centuries or whatever. Anyways. Every country has its own cuisine. As long as people have food to eat, what does it matter what it is? True. Come to think of it. The first time I tried carbonated water, it was much more of a shock than the first time I tried beef. But anyway, back to this witness's statement. Somehow I feel like there's something out of place in what she's saying. We need to pounce on even the slightest thing now. Because you never know what might lead us to our goal. Our goal of turning this trial around. Understood, Kazuma. I'd like to take a look at... There's only 1 glass on this table. Where's the other glass? I would like to know that. We'll press the remaining statements first, just to make sure we're not missing anything. But if we don't find anything else, I think I might present that picture for the water statements. Yes. I never got into an argument with the professor. All I did when I noticed him was go over to say hello. Please don't get angry with me. No, I wasn't directing that retort at you. I meant it for the lady next to you. But anyway, as I said, I did not argue with the professor. I'm afraid your words are in vain. Sorry? Miss Brett does not appear to speak Japanese. No, of course not. Japanese is such a cumbersome language anyway. English is the future. We must all Supiku? Ingarishu? Yeah, as long as all doesn't include you, because I'm offended by that butchering of my native language. I wonder if the prosecution will feel that way forever, or only in the presence of a beautiful woman, Well, that beautiful woman is telling blatant lies with a completely straight face. I have to find something that will unravel her testimony, no matter how seemingly insignificant it may be. Anyway, it seems that after the arguments, the accused briefly returned to his own seat. That part ties in with what you said, doesn't it? Yes, I still had some coffee to drink. And the next time you got up after that was when I'd finished my coffee and stood up to leave. Then, not long afterwards, the accused took the professor's gun and shot him right before my eyes. Yes! Did I, though? Did I? Like I said, I did not shoot that gun. And like I said, there's no point repeating that assertion over and over. Well, I wasn't expecting to be attacked by my own side. Nevertheless, defendant, you can't deny that when the shot rang out in the restaurant, you had a gun in your hand. Well, yes, that's true, but all I did was pick up the gun I saw on the floor next to the professor as I was leaving the restaurant. In fact, yes, There was someone much closer to the victim than me at that time. The highly suspicious lady. That will do, you dirty, rotten scoundrel. Dirty? I shower daily. Come on, man. Come on. Your baseless accusations could very well cause an international incident, boy. It seems to me that your accusation is just as baseless as ours. What nonsense. The lady is merely stating what she saw. And this is already an international incident as far as I'm concerned anyway. I don't carry a gun myself, so obviously I couldn't have been the culprits. Yes. Are you sure about that? It's all very well saying that, but can you prove it? Absolutely, I verified it personally. You verified it? Yes, immediately after the incident, I checked to make sure the lady was not carrying a weapon. I distinctly remember her saying, I'm not. Well, yes, but did you actually check for one? Or did you just take her word for it? That's all you did? You just asked her? Surely you carried out a physical search, Inspector. No. Why on earth not? The honorable English gentlewoman clearly stated that she did not possess a weapon. What, do you think people lie? It's the most ridiculous claim I've ever heard. There was obviously no need for any further probing into the matter. Or, there was no permission given for any further probing into the matter, perhaps. Think what you will. But if you're going to continue with this preposterous claim that the refined lady was concealing a firearm, the prosecution demands that you support your assertion with facts. In other words, he wants evidence. The lady wishes to point out that, of course, she wanted to stay and assist with the investigation. But she was in a hurry to give the presentation at the university, so she was compelled to leave. Not to mention the fact that your office had told you to get the woman out of there. Not to get her out of there, I just urged her to leave. The lady would like to point out that she in no way meant to run away from the scene of the crime. Which is why she is only too happy to cooperate and testify here in court today, of course. Unlike a certain student who refuses to admit when the game is up. You can at least have the courtesy to pay attention when I'm goading you. So she's maintaining that you got into an argument with the professor at the end of which you shot him. Which is an out-and-out, totally unfounded lie. Still, her statement is very compelling. After all, she's an elegant, refined, young and beautiful gentlewoman from Great Britain. In stark contrast to you, dressed from head to toe in a dull black school uniform. I'm dressed exactly the same way as you are, except for the flapping red ribbons, which, by the way, how are you doing that? Is your chi or something? Your chakras, perhaps? Well, anyway, this is our only chance to expose her testimony as the fiction that it is. If we can't do that, the trial's over. Even you, with your thick skin, must be able to feel the murderous looks you're getting from around the room. Only too well. I feel half dead already. And the fact that I can't see a single inconsistency in her testimony isn't making me feel any better either. The first thing to do is press her on any of her statements that seem even slightly off to you. Do that, and an opening will present itself, I promise you. I need to expose the true face of this exotic foreigner that's hiding behind the mask. That's what I should be aiming for in this cross-examination. Okay. So that checks out, slightly light. The beefsteak for herself said cheers over a glass of carbonated water. But if we look at the picture here, you can clearly see only one glass present on the table. And, not only that, the bottle's still corked. Now granted, I honestly don't drink bottled beverages very often, so I'm not sure if you can put the cork back. But if you can't, that's evidence. Oh, let me magnifying glass this. Okay. So I think that's a possibility. Let's just double check everything else. After a while, the accused came over to greet the professor and they got into a fierce argument. I don't think we have anything that can directly refute that aside from our own words, which, yeah, that's not evidence. Then, not long afterwards, the accused took the professor's gun and shot him right before my eyes. Again, I don't think we have anything that directly contradicts that. I don't carry a gun myself, so obviously I couldn't have been the culprit. I mean, I don't think there's anything that contradicts that, necessarily. So I'm thinking... What? No, no, no! What? Oh. Oh, okay. Pressing. Okay, get me out of here. Didn't accidentally. I was meaning to go left, but I accidentally pressed... Go. Okay, go on. Okay. And we're gonna present the picture to show that they weren't actually having cheers. I don't know how that's... I don't necessarily know how that helps our case immediately. But it can at least make her seem like a less credible witness. She may end up inventing another lie to cover that one up, which might then allow us a better opening, perhaps. Okay. Ordered a beefsteak for myself, and the professor said cheers over a glass of carbonated water. Oh yeah? How did you say cheers when there was only one glass present? Yes! That's it! Let me just confirm something, please. It's to do with this photographic print. Just a short while ago, you spoke of this print showing the victim's table at the crime scene. That it was exactly as it was left. That is correct, the lady says. Well, that is, it's odd. Very odd. Dear me, what's odd is the defense's inability to express itself. Yonosuke, what is it about the prints that looks odd to you? Well, obviously it's the cheers. The cheers? Yes, precisely, the cheers. Why do you bring up a television show that hasn't even aired yet, given the time period? This is a temporal inconsistency. Miss Brett just told us that she and the professor said cheers over a glass of water. But if that's true, there should be 2 glasses on the table, not 1. Ah! You're quite right, Counsel. There's only 1 glass pictured here. Are we supposed to be impressed by this nitpicking over minutia? What possible difference does the presence or absence of a glass make on the case? Objection! Minutia, you say? Could it be that the detective here removed a glass from the table to conceal the lady's presence? Of course not. I would never do something so reckless. But there should have been 2 glasses on the table. Or are you going to try to tell me you can clink with only 1? Would not recommend. You're quite right. I certainly took 2 glasses to the table. Did she steal one? And hid it in her hat or dress, perhaps? Inspector, what did the lady say? It would seem that it was Miss Brett who took the glass from the table. What? It was all so terrifying, everything that happened. I panicked and thought I should try to hide the fact that I'd been there at all, she's saying. Good gracious.
Sorry.
Oh, you're gonna speak for yourself now?
There, as I assured the court before, this is of no consequence at all.
Oh, please.
We must remember that this student had just murdered this lady's luncheon companion before her very eyes. Who could blame her for concealing a glass or two in her state of disarray?
But how did she conceal the glass, eh? That's absurd!
Oh, really? So do we take it that you are now going to accuse this vulnerable young and beautiful woman of mischief?
What? No. This can't be put down to mischief. I'd like to know exactly how the lady took the glass from the scene. It would seem that she slipped it into a small handbag she was carrying. Handbag! A handbag, you say? Yes, Your Excellency, a small handheld pouch commonly carried by well-to-do women in England.
So the beautiful lady has very graciously explained how and why she removed the glass from the scene now. However, the fact remains that this glass has absolutely no bearing on the case. This student has been trying to confuse the court with logical reasoning, but in the end it comes to nothing. No more pretentious accusations. You have wasted enough time already.
Indeed. Let us offer a satisfactory explanation as to why she removed this glass. I think henceforth we can consider the matter to have no bearing on the case. Counsel, for the defense, are you in agreement? Well, I don't know, really. If you want to pursue this matter further, you're going to need to show that it has some deeper significance. Yes, you're right. So she took the glass away in her handbag. If there's a deeper significance there, it's the handbag. If she could conceal a glass in the handbag, clearly she could conceal a firearm as well. Wait, the lady put the glass in her handbag, you say?
Yes, do try to keep up. It's already been explained to the court that all English gentlewomen carry handbags for small items.
Small items like a pistol, perhaps? Let me see. A little while ago, Miss Brett stated the following. There are no pockets in my outfit. I have nowhere to hide a gun. But what she forgot to mention was her handbag, in which it would be perfectly possible to conceal a gun. You're right! Well done, partner. I had a feeling you'd pick up on that too.
What are you insinuating, you vile blackguard?
It's really very simple. The gunshot was heard when the defendant picked up the gun from the restaurant floor. As he didn't fire that gun, we can deduce there must have been another firearm at the scene. The true murder weapon, if you will.
You can't seriously be suggesting.
Inspector Hosonaga. Yes. Did you or did you not search Miss Ghislaine Brett's handbag on the day of the murder? No, sir. I did not. As I thought. In other words, another gun, the one that was actually used to kill the professor, could have been hidden in Miss Brett's handbag. Order! Order! Order!
What is the meaning of this, Inspector?
The meaning of what, Prosecutor Archie?
Why on earth did you not have the lady open her handbag and show you the contents at the time? Thanks to your bungling incompetence, now she has to endure these uncomfortable accusations.
Brilliant work, partner. Now we have a chance to expose the real woman behind the mask. Do you think so, Cosmo? Well, what a sorry situation. Clearly you have no faith in the police. I'll have faith in the police once you've earned it. As I said, I did not search the lady's handbag after the shooting. Simply because it was unnecessary. Unnecessary in what way? Hard to thank the student lawyer, really. I have a piece of evidence here that I had completely forgotten about. This photographic prints. Oh. It's transparent. This print is of a photograph that I thought would be prudent to take immediately after the shooting. As you can see, it clearly shows Miss Brett's handbag. Well, I never. You can see right through to what's inside. That's right. Apparently, meshwork bags like these are the height of fashion in London at the moment. So the contents are clearly visible. Exactly. So there was no need to search the lady's handbag. If there had been a gun inside, it would have been immediately obvious. As you can see, there's nothing to imply Miss Brett's guilt here. Thank you for helping to prove that, Naruto-san. Order! Order! Inspector Hosonaga, you will submit that print as evidence at once. Certainly, Your Excellency. A photograph taken by Hosonaga-san after the incident occurred shows Miss Brett's handbag on a chair by the victim's table. I think you've had long enough to cross-examine the witness, counsel. Can I just take a look at this? Let's examine this. Yeah, yeah, this is pretty bad, I must admit. Huh. The court has now been shown considerable evidence. As the photographic print just submitted into the court record appears to have no further significance, I'm satisfied that there's no longer any room for doubt in this matter, and I must make my ruling.